now, who's the, let's just be honest here.
But I think it's different. Your stages of marriage is different. I think. You know, when you marry right out of college versus when you marry when you're stable. I think like, look at Paul. Paul is my younger brother. He's like much younger than I am. I look at the marriage that he's having.
Yeah.
In terms of where he is financially and all that, right. Versus when we get married, where we are financially, it's like, it's not a big deal for us, you know, because we're so stable. So I think just from that sense alone, it just brings some stability because you know you're already established, you know, it's no big deal versus both out of college and you work only a couple of years, no assets, nothing, and then you get married, you know. So.
But let's be honest, though. I mean, you asked another question. I think the intimacy that I have with Andrew is better than I ever had with one, ever. You know, we are compatible in our views about sex and what we enjoy, and I think, you know, as we were talking yesterday, we tend to be, you know, sort of whatever satisfies the other. We tend to be relatively versatile, and
yeah. Having sex when you're in love is really good.
Yeah. So how do you keep on stirring the pot and keep it warm?
He does all the stirring. I'm just in the pot enjoying.
That is not true. That is not true.
Or maybe I pedal a little bit.
You pedal fast. No, but no, it's you know in the physical part of the relationship, you know, we joke that we love each other and we love to make love with each other. And we talked it that way. I mean, we're saying that there's not a separation, they go together, but, and you were saying this morning, I mean, I think that we went to this session that talked about equality, and, you know, and Andrew made a very interesting point. I think there are a lot of gay men who really don't want to get married because of the relative level of commitment. There's a responsibility beyond just the bedroom, so to speak.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people, if you told them, and they want to bring their boyfriends here or whatever, which is okay, but you tell them, hey, if you get married and you bring them over and you might lose half your assets, they will rethink it. I mean, they just say, I want to bring this guy over for immigration, but you get married, it's a really big responsibility, and it really signifies, okay, you really are willing to give up half the things. Because, I mean, he's gone through a divorce, so he knows that you need to split, you know, when things happen. So if you talk it that way, you see how many people will put their hands up and say, yeah, I'll marry this guy and share half my assets.
How many Asians?
Well, the Asians are the ones that really, if you come from the third world, usually do not have as much.
Mm-hmm. He's very good. One of the differences that we have is I spend, he saves.
Yes.
Someone have to do it.
That's going to break the relationship. But I mean, we only don't argue about it only because we have enough. Sometimes I wonder if we didn't have enough,
yeah,
and
what would it be like?
What it would be like, you know, because we have a lot. So it's like even if he spends, it's still okay, you know.
Yeah,
so
but I get
we
so
argue
much
about
grief.
I just like the grief. I said if I didn't love you, I wouldn't give you any grief.
So how does it work? Is there a department where you approve the expenses?
No. He just spends what he wants.
But he takes care of all the money. I don't do any of the money. He tells me where it's invested, and he tells me when I have to stop spending. And I don't spend that much. But we live very frugally, and I think if we have a thing where we do spend more, we travel. Because we just, in Washington, while we owned our own place in Chicago, we've never bought a place in Washington because we're really not sure we want to stay there forever.
And there was a housing bubble.
And there was a housing bubble, and the prices were way too high. Now we're and Andrew says it's now time to think about buying. We've looked a little bit in Washington. We like South Florida, and so we're looking back and forth.
Sounds like you can live anywhere because you just have to travel.
Well, we talked about even going to Singapore for a while because, you know, he tells me that I probably could get a job if I wanted a job. I don't really have to work anymore. You know, I'm almost at retirement age.
Yeah, but you know, I want him to experience, because I worked in Singapore. So in Singapore, you travel, like I worked in Penang, I worked in Indonesia, Jakarta. It's the same way as here. You work in Columbus, you know, wherever. So we have visited a few times together, and he's visited before. But it's not the same as working and living there. So I'm thinking we go there for a couple of years. You can live there and work there, and I can also work there if I want to.
Right,
yeah. And then Yeah, but eventually I think we'll probably come back here, you know, unless Singapore becomes much, much, much more open. I mean, the only reason I go back probably will be families there, cousins, lots and lots of cousins and aunties and uncles.
Very nice
Yeah.
people.
So now that you're married, so I'm sure you've been asked this question many times before. So who is a husband, who's a wife?
It depends on what you're talking about, I guess. Like he said, the finances I'm doing, does it make me the husband? You know, and
No, it's
he
an
does the
Asian.
cooking, is he make, you know, it just depends on what you're doing,
Right.
what you like to do, that's all, you know. So he takes care of the car, not me.
Okay.
Not well.
Not well, but at least he's taking care of the
You're
car.
taking care of the car, you control the remote control,
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
so it's just different.
you do the
you know.
cooking, and
I had to do the vacuuming.
Yeah, he has to vacuum. I put my foot down, he vacuums, I do all the rest of the cooking and cleaning.
who decorates the house?
Well, I want to, but he said I have no taste. I was like, cheap, let's do it cheap. You know, every time you watch House Hunters, you go into an Asian house, there's nothing on the walls. Usually they don't hang any pictures or anything. I said, that's the kind, that's what I'm anything.
And that's why, because our house is not an Asian house, except for your art. I mean, our dining room, and we have all of your art that you've collected as you've gone around the world. And right now, and we do buy art. I mean, in fact, we're going to pick up our self-portrait next Saturday that was painted by a very nice artist. And so we'll...
Yeah.
But
So-
this is, it's a figurative painting of us naked.
Sort of, you can't tell, but back to topic.
Okay,
We
so
decided to use interior designer. After watching I think watching HGTV, I think we could probably get an interior designer to, like,
We
buy a
would.
place in Florida, they'll probably get an interior designer to do, decorate it and do it for us.
well, you know, if I ever invite you over to your house, I have to check out that portrait.
Well, next year, if we do move to Florida and they do the cruise, you know, everyone can,
Come over to our place.
well, our place won't be that big. And no reason is because we travel, and so we decided not to have too big a place, because we travel so much, you know, so.
And I don't want to have some place to clean.
Mighty maid, I told you, mighty maid.
I don't.
Okay, so who is the aggressor in terms of sex?
Oh, him, for sure. No doubt.
I don't know whether it's because I'm Asian or because I'm younger. So it's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
No, it's not because in the morning you are more awake than me.
That's right. That's true. In the morning,
I'm
I'm the,
okay,
and in
I
the
know.
morning I'm the aggressor, and any other time of the day and night he is. Yeah. And I think that our roles
just
in
fun,
our roles in
yeah.
the sex are very changeable. I mean,
Yeah,
both
it's just
ways.
fun.
And that's very. I think we keep hearing that's very unusual.
That is interesting. Though.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Very.
it's whatever.
Well, you're the aggressor. Gosh.
No.
Okay, next topic, conflict and resolution. If you guys fight, you have
I always win.
You always win.
Yeah.
See, that's
I'm
true.
always right.
No, we don't fight very much. No, we
No, I'm looking for a reason to get, like, you know, puffy, but I never
You
a
said
chance.
You want to do the makeup sex.
Yeah, I know, but never have a chance. I have like huffy, lock you out of the bedroom, but never have a chance. So,
Yeah, that is perhaps a fault of mine. I don't fight very well,
Right.
and I know in relationships that's supposedly a sign of a healthy relationship, but I don't fight very well.
So what do? You withdraw, just drop and walk
I go
away?
right.
Oh, I see.
no, actually, I think we're giving a lot to each other. I know what you want, and you know what
Yeah.
I want. But again, like I said, we haven't really encountered any difficulties, so I really don't know.
Yeah, I want a new car.
I know. We'll buy it after the cash for fun because it's over. after the.
Okay, so John.
But I want a luxury car, so.
He does want a luxury car, but he wants it later.
Here's a good one. Who would make that decision?
On which car? Well, I'm not a car buff actually. I just want a luxury car that's okay. So we decided. I said the Infinity, and he said okay. So that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Which model?
What's the
It's
number?
gonna be it's gonna be SUV, but there's an FX and the EX, and then he wants to buy used. I'm fine with used. I mean, you know, but so probably it'll be
Pre-owned.
EX. Oh yeah, pre-owned. Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you have satellite radios and all that.
Yeah, so probably it'll be EX because if it's pre-owned, probably it'll be EX. But it doesn't have to be top of the line or anything like that. I'm not.
But
really
you
into
want
cars.
the warm leather seats.
Oh, quilted.
You know, it's short time talking to you. I really could see the chemistry between you two, and I definitely could understand, you know, why you have been together for 5 years. I mean, little love bickering and then you both laugh it off?
You know, I had to make him do strange things. Like he went with me to a,
Like pick up after myself.
yeah.
I
I happen to be one of those unusual people, but we have a group in Washington that does nude yoga. And I've done it for like 3 years. But he went with me to a nude yoga retreat a couple of weeks ago. So and he comes along. I mean, it's not something, he doesn't do yoga normally. And then like tonight, we will have costumes on. And he doesn't necessarily, that wouldn't be the thing that you'd